Hello and good morning, everybody. My name is Sir Raphael, and I will be teaching you environmental studies for class 3. Now, everybody, today we will be continuing with lesson number 5. Birds are winged friends, right? And we will come to page 38. Let us all turn to page 38. And today we will be learning about nesting, feathers, and other things like migration, right? So, first let us talk about nesting. Let us learn about nesting. Birds build nests to lay eggs. They use materials such as twigs, twine, wool, cotton, and dry grass to build nests. In India, nests are usually built during the spring season, between February and March. We may spot a sparrow or a robin's nest in a hedge. Some birds build nests inside people's houses. Pigeons may build nests even on fans that are not in use. Peacocks build nests amidst tall grass on the ground. The lazy cuckoo does not bother to build its own nest, but lays its eggs in a crow's nest. The weaver bird and the tailor bird make beautiful nests. The weaver bird's nest has rooms and the entry is from the bottom. The tailor bird uses its long thin beak to stitch leaves together with dry grass, wool, or thread from a spider's web to make its nest. Penguins build nests on the ground. They use pebbles as nothing else is found in the cold regions where they live. Right? So, have you ever seen a bird's nest? Yes, you might have seen a bird's nest, right? If you've not seen a bird's nest, basically nests are where birds lay their eggs, right? They lay their eggs, and then when the eggs hatch, then the young the young birds, right? They they stay in the nest before they can fly, right? And then the parents, the mother takes care of the young ones, right? So we see that birds build nests out of different things like twigs, twine, wool, cotton, dry grass, and sometimes even spider's web or wool or thread and other things, right? And different birds build different kinds of nests, right? Look at the two pictures below, right? That's a tailor bird's nest, very beautiful, very intricate. And see the weaver bird's nest next to that? Yes, so they build different kinds of nests. And sometimes even the lazy cuckoo does not even bother to build its own nest and it lays eggs in a crow's nest, right? So, different birds build different kinds of nests, right? For example, penguins, they don't build nests on trees, right? They build nests on the ground, right? Because they cannot fly, right? They use pebbles and yeah, they basically use pebbles to build their nests, right? So different birds use different materials to build their nests, and they build their nests differently. So basically that is nesting. And in India, nests are usually built during spring season, which means during February and March. Now, feathers are unique features of birds. They keep the birds warm and help them to fly. Feathers are strong and light. Yep, there are many different kinds of feathers. Let us learn about what types of feathers there are. There are three types of feathers. First, body feathers cover the complete body and give a curved shape to the bird. Down feathers are next to a bird's skin to keep it warm. Flight feathers are found on the wings and tail. They are stiff and strong. They help a bird change direction while flying. Right? So, what kinds of feathers are there? Body feathers cover the complete body and give the curved shape to the bird. Down feathers are next to the bird's skin to keep it warm, and flight feathers are found on the wings and tail. They are stiff and strong. They help the bird change direction while flying. Okay? Body feathers, down feathers, and flight feathers. To care for its feathers, a bird has an oil gland just above the base of its tail. Using its beak, a bird brushes oil over its feathers in a process called preening. Preening. All right? This keeps the feathers dry even in rain or in water. Right? So, have you ever seen oily things, oily substances? They don't get wet in the rain, right? So, in order for their feathers to be protected from the rain, the bird engages in preening, which is when a bird just above the base of its tail there is an oil gland, okay, and then it uses its beak to brush oil over its feathers, okay, in the process called preening. That is preening. All right, it does it to keep its feathers dry even in rain or in water, right? So let's move on to the next topic, migration. Look at the word migration, Migration. Migration. Now, what is migration? Let us learn more about migration. When the weather is too cold in some parts of the world, birds from those parts fly to warmer places. Sometimes they fly thousands of kilometers to reach the warm countries. Usually, they fly in large groups. They stay for the cold months and then fly back when the weather changes. This seasonal movement of birds is called migration, and these birds are called migratory birds, right? So, what is migration? When the weather gets too cold and the birds cannot stay in the cold weather, right? Many birds they fly to warmer places, right, and then they stay there in the warmer places, and then they fly back when the weather changes, right, and they usually fly in large groups. The seasonal movement of birds is called migration, and these birds are called migratory birds. Like, for example, let us look at the Arctic fern. Look at the picture. That's an Arctic fern. Tern, sorry, not fern, tern. The Arctic tern flies all the way from the Arctic North Polar region during the winter months to the Antarctic South Polar region, where it is warm, to lay eggs. Similarly, the flamingos and cranes from Siberia come to India to breed and escape the cold weather, right? So, winters in Siberia are very cold. The birds cannot stay in the winter, right? So, they fly all the way from Siberia, Russia to India, right? Right? The flamingos and the cranes from Siberia, right? So, let us try to remember what we have learned in this lesson. There are different species of birds around us. Feathers, wings, and beaks are some unique features of birds. Birds build various kinds of nests to lay eggs. Three types of feathers a bird has are flight feathers, down feathers, and body feathers. In winters, some birds fly long distances to escape extreme cold climates. In summers, they go back to their homes. The seasonal movement of birds is called migration. Right? So, we've come to the end of the lesson. And for homework, I would like you to do exercises A, B, and C on pages 40 and 41. All right? So, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.